again, we're specializing within Google Ads now, as opposed to within lead gen, it's a case of saying, say you've got a solicitor, how much are you willing to pay to acquire a lead? Okay, that's the starting point. £100, say. How much would you be happy?
To make that question, no? To make
always. And we tend to find at the start, the questions that we ask are ones they've never really asked themselves. Okay. So a lot of the time, it's just we'll take a guess, and that's okay. We'll start there. We need a starting point, because again, from my point of view, I'm looking for our services to be free. So I need to show them that we're generating the business for them in order for it to work. So I just tend to ask, what is the price they're okay with, and what's the price they're happy with? And maybe it's £100 for a lead. And when you run campaigns for a month, 2 months, 3 months, you get them to that, and then you're fighting to get towards the other one. But then you start going, well, okay, it's always a journey. We then go to what's your conversion rates on leads? What's the quality of these leads? How do we then get that data? And it's always about how do you get more data to improve the campaigns as you go on. But that's always at the start. We ask a lot of difficult questions because.
But it's just to try to narrow that number. Let's say my product is let's say it's a subscription to a gym, and the lifetime value, let's say, is £500. For you, the rule of thumb will be, okay, a good price per lead will be.
Again, so this is entirely up to the customer. This is the way I say it. So I always put it on them, and I'll try and direct them. So maybe it's £500. A gym's an interesting one, so maybe it's £500 lifetime value. Well, how much work does that put in? Okay, that's going to impact. You can't just say, look, we'll pay 10% of that to acquire a customer, because it depends also at what stage of their business are they at. Are they at a growth stage in which they're willing to pay more? They need to get bums on seats, or are they at a stage where they're looking at efficiency? And that kind of brings you back to the campaigns. You view campaigns in those two formats. You can't really optimize completely for them both. So some campaigns you're optimizing for growth, and then you get to certain places where you're optimizing for efficiency. So it does depend. And we tend to have clients that every page on their website is worth a different amount to them. So we have a client who does sheds, but they do more than sheds. They do office buildings. They've done this one for us for the garden and stuff like that. So every single conversion on their website, every lead is worth different amounts. And then you're playing. So with that client, you're not saying how much do you want to pay to acquire a customer. It's how much do you want to pay to acquire a lead for this product. And then for this one, and then this one. So it kind of like gets more and more complicated as you go on. But the principle's the same. I always leave it with them. I ask them the questions, then we start delivering. And when we start delivering, then we start refining. And it's always that process. It's not, okay, first of all, the only thing I can guarantee you is leads. I can't guarantee the quality of them until we start tracking them. And we tend to find that, again, that's something that customers never do. So we then start getting them to start tracking so that we can get better data. And it takes time, but they always know you're working for them.